Hey everybody, I am back for week 2 of handling stress during great upheaval. Maybe I should have made the title a little shorter, it's kind of long. Let's see. Just wait for a few people to start getting on before we get started. Alright, little relaxation music to kind of get you in the mood, out of stress, and get you where you need to be. Just calm and in the moment. Just forgetting about all the crazy stress and strife of life. Oops. All right. I'd love to see your questions when you log in for the live. Shout out your state where you live and just say hello so I know you're there. And I'm going to get started. We're just relaxing here at the Shelton Wellness Center during our live office hour, and answering your questions about handling stress during great upheaval. We'll be talking about the second part, what are the causes of your stress, and so feel free to put your questions in the comments, and those will pop up. I'll go ahead and put the first one. Hi, everybody. All right. So as you post your comments and your questions, I'll try to read them and answer them as we're going along. Part 2, we're talking about what are the causes of your stress, and I'm sure a bunch of them are coming to your mind already. What are all the things that stress me out in my life, right? So all the things that you kind of wish weren't going on at the time. So the first thing that kind of came to my mind was, kind of the obvious thing that's going on right now, and that's things like being unhappy in your job. I know for me that was something that at different times in my life I have struggled with, off and on, sometimes just for a day or two or for a moment, and sometimes it's felt like it's dragged on for longer periods of time, just depending on the job I was in, if I felt like I was being appreciated, if my skills were being utilized properly, or if I was in a job that really wasn't appropriate for my skill set, that I didn't feel like honored who I am and my gifts that I have to share with the world. And there are a lot of things that can contribute to your feeling happy in the job that you're doing or not. Another thing that I thought of was working under dangerous conditions. Some jobs are very dangerous, and that can create a lot of stress. Even if it's stress that you feel like maybe you enjoy, it still creates the chemical reaction of stress and strain in the body. And so these are things that we need to be aware of and pay attention to, and take the appropriate actions to make sure that we are maintaining our body, mind, spirit in a corrective state to help balance out all the stress that's going on. Also, there are things like being insecure about your chance for advancement or the risk of termination of a job, and all the other things that go along with that, affecting being able to buy food, to pay for your housing. Your kids' shoes are wearing out, and the car, the gas tank is running on empty, and the tires are going bald, and the windshield wipers are old, and all the little things that happen. Then there's also fear and uncertainty that I thought of. There's a lot of that going on right now. You see a lot of it on social media. I mean, it's been so refreshing seeing everyone's posts about being thankful for change online, and in contrast to all of the the backlashes, the name calling, the posts about this is true or that's not true, and the confusion of not knowing, who to listen to, who to believe, who's right, who's wrong, the fear of listening to the wrong person, thinking they're right. You turn on the news, you turn on the TV, and all the time, you're either hearing about the threat of terrorist attacks, global warming, toxic chemicals on the news, the political issues that are going on. These are all things, whether they're true or not, that are being pushed on us all the time. It's not healthy to be dwelling on those things, and I think the media could do a better job at talking about actual truth, and not aggrandizing things and trying to get ratings, trying to compete with social media channels and cat videos, and trying to get more likes and more shares and everything like that. People in authority have a responsibility, and we also have a responsibility. We can choose to listen and watch these things that are disruptive. And hey, Janet, good to see you. And these are things that we have a responsibility to, that we can turn the news off on the TV sometimes, and we can walk away from some of these things sometimes, and take a break from them and do things that fill our bucket. Janet's question is, how do you handle the stress of financially helping other family members when you have your own needs? And thank you for that question, Janet. That's a big one, I think, for a lot of people right now. You've got family members moving in with each other, and people taking care of loved ones that have health conditions, and a lot of different things going on. And when the money's got to go a lot of places, it's a challenge to do that balancing act in a way that fills your bucket too, because I think that's so important. I watched my own mother sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice pretty much our whole lives. And she never did anything for herself. And that was something that was really hard for me to watch. And there were a couple times that she did, she signed up for an aerobics class. I remember she just thought that was going to be the coolest thing, and she went out and she got some little exercise clothes and the little gear that she needed, and she went down and she was just hanging out with the ladies. I think she only went like once a week or something, and she went for a whole month. And I know not just myself, but my dad, my other siblings, we all noticed a huge difference in her. And it lifted our spirits to see that she was doing something for herself, to take care of herself. It brought us joy, and it lessened our stress. And I was really sad when she decided to quit doing it. I mean, I don't know, maybe I jinxed it because I told her, hey, if we need to go with one less pair of jeans for school or something, we are willing to do that. To see you doing something that is healthy for you, that makes you happy, that brings you joy, and lowers your stress levels. And I think it's easy, especially when we grow up with that example around us of just give, 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 give all the time, to forget about taking care of ourselves, to forget about taking the time to do something for ourselves. And sometimes we just have to say, no, I can't help anymore. And that's hard to say, and it's really hard to do, especially if you have had that conditioning to just feel like you have to save everybody. But that's not our job, to save everybody. It's my job to save me. It's your job to save you. And we help each other, yes. But a really good friend of mine named Patricia, she told me one time, because I was kind of stuck in that habit of giving all the time, and not taking time for myself, and not giving back to myself. And she told me, you need to think of this like a basket of eggs. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, basket of eggs. I know where she's going to go with this. And she's like, now wait, just hear me out, because she knew what I was thinking, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. She said, every time somebody does something nice for you, every time somebody gives you something or does an act of service for you, that's an egg that you put in your basket. And this basket, we receive into this basket, and we give to others from the basket. And I'm thinking, yeah, as long as I have eggs, I'm going to be passing those out as fast as I can, left and right, to everybody. But she told me, no, that's not what you do. She said, the basket needs to be full, and that needs to be full for you. And you don't give anything to anybody else that's in the basket. What's yours to give to others is what is flowing over the top of that basket, because